University of California in Santa Barbara. Today, 3 teams have returned for the last semifinal match en route to next week's finals. This is Star Games. Our first team could best be described as intense from the soap opera General Hospital. Here's Captain Brian Patrick Clark, Steve Bond, Brad Mull, Shelley Taylor Morgan, Sherilyn Walder, and Jackie Zeman. Our second team has proved to be a powerful combination of young athletes. From Fame Gimme a Break, here's Billy Huffsey, Carlo Imperato, Jesse Borrego, Laurie Handler, Salma Hopkins, and Laura Jill Miller. And our third team, who's probably had the most fun during the competition, for Paper Chase, here are co-captain Claire Kirkconnell, co-captain Wortham Krimmer, Patty Davis, Marilyn Jones, Steve Levitt, and Peter Nelson. Special appearance by Lou Ferrigno. Our commissioner is Dick Butkus, and now your hosts, Bruce Jenner and Pamela Sue Martin.
Who will make it to the finals of Star Games? That's the big question of the day, Pam.
Falcon Crest is already in the finals.
And don't forget the second place team was Days of Our Lives. Now, they scored 535 points. So today's second place finisher will have to do better than that to make it into the finals.
That's right, Bruce, but you're the athlete here. Who do you think's going to make it?
Hey, Pam, come on, don't put me on the spot like that. All right, well, General Hospital team, they're in very good shape and they've worked very hard. The Fame Give Me a Break team, well, they've got youth on their side, and that's important. And, well, the Paper Chase team, they're around college all the time, so they've got the smarts, and smarts is very, very important. I say, Pam, that, well, at least one of those teams, those 3 teams, will make it to the finals.
That's very diplomatic, Bruce. You got out of that nicely.
Thank you very much. But before we start this event, let's take a look back and see how these 3 teams have gotten so far in Star Games.
Paper Chase has been tough throughout the competition, like this record-setting bicycle race by Wortham Krimmer and the skill shown in the kayak race. General Hospital's also excelled in the water, as demonstrated here by Sherilyn Walder. Here by the winning crew of Jackie Zeman and Steve Bond. And the Fame Gimme a Break team, whether in the water with Laurie Handler's record time or on the land with Billy Huffsey sprinting his way to another victory. They're a tough act to beat. Fame Gimme a Break and General Hospital have gone head-to-head before.
Those are some
As
tough teams
commissioner of these games, it's my duty to tell you that the women's swim sprint is about to begin.
Thank you, Dick. Okay, then quickly, the points go this way. 50 for first, 25 for second, and what's it for third?
10, Bruce.
10 points for third. Let's get it going.
Well, Dick's pretty anxious to get this one going. I think we all are. I'm Barry Tompkins. Let's go right to the block. CU swimming. Lane 1, Marilyn Jones. She's placed in this event in both her earlier rounds. Swimming in lane 2, Sherilyn Walder. This is also a very good event for her. In lane number 3, the current record holder, Laurie Handler. Next to her in lane 4, Shelley Taylor Morgan, and she may be Laurie's biggest competition. Swimming in lane 5, another very good swimmer, Laura Jill Miller. And in lane 6, with the third place finish to her credit, Patty Davis.
Well, Barry, odds are this is going to be a fast one. Laurie Handler has already broken her record once.
That record, 13.94. No one else has even bested 14 seconds. Very even start, but there's Laurie Handler already in first place. It's Laurie Handler with Shelley Taylor Morgan in second right now. Laurie Handler swimming very smoothly. She's going to win it. Laurie Handler in first place. Shelley Taylor Morgan takes second. I believe Sherilyn Walder got there for third. A very quick time, and she might have broken her own record. Halfway through the race, it could have gone to anyone. Then Laurie made her move. She left everyone behind. So Laurie wins it, 13.46, a new record. In second place, Shelley Taylor Morgan. She also broke the old record. Laurie Handler just getting word of her new record. General Hospital celebrates also. There's the scores, and we'll be back.
All right.
General Hospital off to a good start. The men's sprint is next, and here's Pamela.
The men are making their last-minute preparations for their sprint as we're ready for our second event. Peter Nelson has to be considered the favorite here, although Carlo Imperato should be right with him, stroke for stroke. Bruce is with Peter at the start line.
Peter, I want to know, who's the faster swimmer, you or Metro?
Oh, Metro, clearly.
Really?
Yeah, he paddles with all 4s.
Well, don't you?
Plus, he's got the tie. No, I just drag myself along with my arms. I'm a pretty sloppy guy. I go out there and flounder a little bit.
Yeah, but we pick you as one of the favorites, really, in this event.
Well, hopefully we'll be able to get some points here. However, the Fame team is brutal.
Who are you looking for on the Fame team?
Both of them. Carlo and
really?
Jesse.
Yeah.
They're quick. They're quick. If we get them here, they're going to definitely devastate us on the track. However, we're going to give it our best shot, and we'll have a good time. And we've got our mascot Metro with us, dominating, at least on the sidelines.
Good, then you're ready.
Yeah, we're ready. We've
right,
bluffed ourselves into victory.
You and Metro get on the starting line.
We're going to do it.
Okay, good luck.
Thanks.
Well, Peter's in tough today. Lorenzo Lamas holds the record here, and someone who had a shot at that record won't be swimming today.
Billy, what happened?
Well, I was in dance rehearsal about 7 days ago, and I was doing a backflip, and when I come down, I broke the ball on my foot, shattered the bone.
Oh, gosh. Are you going to be able to be in any events today?
Well, I'm not really supposed to, but I'm going to try the kayak. That's not our strong event, so they said, you know, go in there, and if I'm in the competition, my team isn't disqualified, so I have to do something. And, but we'll see what happens. I'm not supposed to do anything. I don't really think I'm capable of doing it either.
You could row. You could perhaps row in there. In the second round of Star Games, you were suffering from a back injury and a leg injury and a foot injury.
I pulled cartilage out of my chest and my back, and the depressing thing was I was about 12 years old, 13 years old, and I saw a Star Games competition on TV, and I said, this is my goal. And I made it here, and I get hurt.
Well, what about the rest of your team? How do they feel?
They're sort of depressed too, but they're going to go out there and they're gonna give it to them.
You'll provide them some moral support.
I'll give them as much as I can.
Okay. All right. Take care.
Thank you.
Well, that's a big loss to Fame. Give me a break, and it puts a lot of pressure on Carlo and Jesse. That team is one that can take it, though. Let's see who's swimming. In lane number 1, Jesse Borrego. This is a first for him in this event. In lane number 2, very strong swimmer, Steve Bond. Swimming in lane 3, the favorite in this one, Peter Nelson. In lane 4, Carlo Imperato. He's finished second in this event in both his earlier rounds. In lane number 5, it'll be Steve Levitt. And in lane 6, Brad Mall.
Barry, it's going to be interesting to see how Jesse Borrego does. This is the first time we've had a chance to see him swim. But if history repeats itself, the race should be between Steve Bond, Peter Nelson, and Carlo Imperato. That's lanes 2, 3, and 4. We'll see.
I think that pretty much says it all. There's the gun underway. Peter Nelson got off very late. It is Steve Bond right now in the lead. Peter Nelson starting to catch up now. Carlo Imperato was also in it, but Steve Bond swimming very strongly. It is going to be Steve Bond who wins it. Too close to call for second between Peter Nelson and Carlo Imperato. It was extremely close for second place, but Steve Bond not looking too sure about that victory, even though I am certain he got it.
It was so late off the... Yeah.
Well, nobody knows the outcome yet. Let's see if we can get a better look. Very close race. From this angle, it looks like Steve, Carlo, and Peter. And there are the official results. Only 0.03 of a second separating Carlo and Peter. That slow dive hurt. Pamela's with the winner.
First. It took a little while, but it was first.
Pamela Sue. I love you.
I love congratulating all these winners. It's really a good thing.
Thank you.
You swam a great race.
Thank you. I tried to get... It felt great. We're going to wait for this, or we're going to do it? I'm excited, because this was my weakest event. I tried to do the...
Well, there are the scores. The swim relay is next, and this is an area where the Fame Give Me a Break team could feel the loss of Billy Hupsey.
With 2 events behind us, the General Hospital team has a slight lead. Well, we have one more swimming event remaining, the team relay. The Fame Give Me a Break team is making a few last-minute strategy decisions, knowing that, although they are the favorites, the paper chase team could really give them a run for their money. Pamela is with 2 of the key swimmers for the Fame Give Me a Break team.
So, Billy, you're going to race after all, huh?
Yeah, we're going to race. Jesse's our runner, so he figures that I would do better in the water, even with a broken leg. So I'm gonna give it a shot.
Who are you going to throw your crutches to? You going to throw them down at the last minute?
If I lose, I'm gonna throw them at you.
What do you think, Carl?
I'll throw the other one at you. No.
Well, I sure hope you win then.
Me too.
All right. Good luck. We'll be rooting for you.
Thanks.
So Billy is going to swim after all. A definite change in plans there. But as the record holders in this event, they apparently feel this is their best shot. A strategic move pretty early. Let's hope it works. Billy Hupsey being helped to his position by his teammate, Laurie Hendler. So closest to the camera, it'll be Brian Patrick Clark, Billy Hupsey in the middle, Steve Levitt up the top of your screen standing up. Protecting that foot on this dive is going to be tough. They're off. Billy staying under a little bit longer than usual. Catching up to Brian Patrick Clark. Billy and Brian tied for the lead.
Billy didn't get a very good start, but boy, he's starting to make his move now. But this is going to be critical. It is 50 yards. He's got to make that turn. It's going to be tough on the foot.
And he couldn't do a flip turn there, but they're very close. Steve Levitt, though, has a little time to catch up. Billy a slight lead.
I'm impressed with Billy. It's a great performance on a busted foot to be able to come out here and compete like this.
And Billy's going to reach the wall just ahead of Brian. Laurie Hendler and Shelly Taylor Morgan on their way now. And then it'll be Marilyn Jones off for the paper chase. We'll have to check on Billy a little bit later. Shelly Taylor Morgan in the near lane, staying right with Laurie Hendler, the record breaker amongst the women. And Shelly got to the wall first. A little sweet revenge there. Sherilyn Walter, Lara Jill Miller now off for their 25-yard lane.
Sherilyn Walter's a very good swimmer. She's really got a nice stroke, but it's a competitive race.
And now Lara Jill Miller is pulling ahead of Sherilyn Walter. Steve Bond and Carlo Imparato get off just about together.
Carlo Imparato with a slight lead at this point, but look how hard Steve Bond is working. I think that may hurt him right at the end of the race.
Carlo losing a little time at the turn. Steve Bond now can take charge. Both of them keeping their eye on one another. It is going to be extremely close. Carlo Imparato and Steve Bond, they head to the finish line. Carlo has it. Steve is just that close. Carlo looking a little tired. You may not know he won. Steve Bond comes out of the water, and that's as far as he'll go. We'll take a minute now to check the times. Peter Nelson finishing for the paper chase. He really swam a fast leg, just too much to try to make up.
You're incredible. We got a third. 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 I think we got third. Check the tape. No, we got third. No, I'm sure we got third. We got third!
Let's take another look at the finish. Peter was definitely third. Steve Bond, closest to the camera. In the far lane, Carlo Imparato. At the finish, it'll be Carlo first, Steve second. Fame, give me a break, settles for a new record. And Bruce, right now, is with them. And what a victory it was.
Wait a second, let me see. Gutsy performance, Billy.
Hey.
Are you all right?
Yeah, and we won, didn't we?
Yeah, well, at least you don't have to throw your crutches now at Pamela.
Yeah, no, we don't have to.
Pamela, come here. We're here with the crutch anyway.
Really? I don't blame. Gutsy. Okay, Pamela, come on in here. Yes. How did your foot feel?
It hurt. I pushed off the wrong foot down there. I was so excited. I forgot that my foot was broken, and I pushed off the wall with my left leg. So I hesitated for about a second, but I came back.
Carlos, get in here. You had a little bit of revenge on that one, didn't you? On that final leg, just a tad bit of revenge.
He caught me last time, and I felt him right there. I knew he was right on my side. I just had to push a little harder than he did.
That's right.
He's tough. Bond is very tough.
All right, well, good points for the team.
Thank you, Bruce.
All right, keep it going.
So Fame, give me a break, moves into the lead. Unfortunately, it's turning out to be a long day for the paper chase. But one of their best events is next, the kayak relay. Stay with us at the start, and here are Bruce and Pam.
It's now time for the kayak race, and after 3 events, the Fame Give Me a Break team is in first place. And I'll bet you the paper chase team is pretty happy that swimming is over with.
Well, you know, the girls and the guys from Paper Chase are not bad swimmers. It's just they were up against some very tough competition.
Yeah, they're just slow starters, right? Well, I bet you they'll make the other teams take notice real soon. I bet you they're going to do it in this event right now.
Well, I hope they're as confident as you are, Bruce. But they've done pretty well in this event before.
Yeah, they have. I'll tell you what, I'm going to go get a word with one of the kayakers.
Okay. And don't forget, there are 4 kayakers per team, 2 to a boat. And this event could be pivotal. Anything can happen in those kayaks. Bruce?
Well, Patty Davis, it's time for the kayak race, and you're anchoring. It's a little pressure on you.
Well, yeah, especially since we're so far behind.
You got to come through now. You've got to come through now.
That's true. If we're ever going to do it, it's got to be now.
It's got to be right now. Okay, now who's leading off for you?
Peter Nelson and Claire Kirkconnell, and then me and Wortham Krimmer.
From the earlier rounds, have you learned anything about the kayak?
Yes, don't go over the ropes. No, we didn't go over the ropes, though, actually. We were pretty good.
And keep it in a straight line and keep it moving, huh?
Yeah.
Sounds simple.
Don't drop the paddles. That always helps.
All right, well, good luck to your team.
Thanks.
You need the points.
I know.
Okay.
Well, without a doubt, this one is important to the paper chase team. Let's see who else is rowing. In lane 1, from Fame Gimme a Break, rowing the first leg, Laura Jo Miller and Carlo Imperato. Rowing second, Lori Hendler and Jessie Borrego. This event is not one of this team's best. In the middle lane, from paper chase, rowing the first leg, Claire Kirkconnell and Peter Nelson. And rowing the second leg, Patty Davis and Wortham Crimmer. Over in lane 3 from General Hospital, rowing the first leg, Jackie Zeman and Steve Bond. And rowing the second leg, Sherilyn Walter, the captain of the team, Brian Patrick Clark.
The record in this event was set last week by the Falcon Crest team. Now, General Hospital and Paper Chase are both strong here. I bet you they're going to be going after the record.
Yeah, Bruce, I'll give Paper Chase the edge in this one, though. They won their earlier round races, and that's so important, experience and teamwork in this event. Fame, give me a break. A little to the side of push-off. Everybody now is straightened out and doing well. Jackie Zeman and Steve Bond going well. They have a slight lead.
Look how hard Steve Bond is working in the back. The Paper Chase team struggling a little bit, but they're getting the job done.
General Hospital at the buoy first. Paper Chase also right near the turn. This one is very close.
General Hospital struggling a little bit coming out of that turn. Paper Chase made up a little bit of ground.
Still very close. Claire Kirkconnell and Peter Nelson really rowing in unison now. Jackie and Steve not quite as much in sync. And Carlo and Laura are very determined just to get things straightened out.
Here comes the exchange, and what we've seen in other shows, this is so very, very important.
Paper Chase and Fame, give me a break following.
Nobody seems to be in a terrible rush because they don't want to make any mistakes.
That was Sherilyn and Brian who got off first on the second leg. Paper Chase now on its way. And Fame, give me a break, finally gets itself situated. That's Sherilyn and Brian working very well together.
They have a nice lead, about 1 boat length lead. And Paper Chase has their work cut out for them. I think the Fame Give Me a Break team is going to be satisfied with third here.
Sherilyn and Brian get to the buoy and make the turn first. They're on their way back. Paper Chase in hot pursuit. Fame, give me a break just now in the process of getting themselves turned around.
Billy and Sherilyn look real strong. Look how they're keeping the boat nice and straight. The strokes are good. While you see the Paper Chase team is sort of struggling a little bit. They can't seem to make up that ground.
Brian checking to see how close Paper Chase is. Lori Hendler keeping her eyes directly on the water. Sherilyn and Brian, though, getting to the finish line first, and there it is. It's Sherilyn and Brian who win it. Paper Chase will get second. Fame, give me a break. Finishes third. General Hospital, obviously pleased with the outcome. We'll take another look. Nearing the end, Paper Chase not too far behind General Hospital. Sherilyn and Brian a little bit more controlled. And 100 points to the winners. Pam is with them right now.
Well, there's no question about it. This is great.
We did it.
You did do it. That was a good transition you made, too.
Transition, was it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
We had some wonderful transitions last time, didn't we?
Yeah, turned right up. Have you been practicing?
No, we haven't practiced this.
We haven't practiced.
No, we decided a cool head is better. Haste makes waste.
We just practiced a minute ago. Did you see us fall into the water a minute ago?
Full stomach also makes waves.
Yes.
Well, you did all your falling in the beginning, because that was great.
Thank you very much.
Congratulations.
Thanks.
We were doing cartwheels out here.
Definitely
Captain?
league claims on this.
All right. Who was it?
I don't know. It was going too fast. I'm not sure which team it was, but I know that one of the other teams was 2 people to push off.
It's the paddle.
Jesse was absolutely right, and the team was General Hospital. We'll take another look at the exchange. Sherilyn and Brian entering the boat, and then Steve and Jackie both pushing. A definite infraction and cause for a penalty. Let's see how the commissioner is going to call it.
Well, we've had a protest here, and it looks like the General Hospital team pushed off when they're exchanged with 2 competitors, and it's only supposed to be 1.
Right. This is really
And
my first big beef in the kayak.
This is
Bruce.
great. This is
I'm
great.
kinda
Dr.
excited.
Budkus, your decision.
I'm kind of excited about. Well, we're going to have to give them a 3.5 second or 3 second penalty.
Yeah.
A minor slap on the hands. Because what happens is when they exchange, a lot of people are trying to, one person tries to straighten the boat and the other one pushes off, but sometimes they tend to both push. So it's a tricky call, but
It's sort of good news and bad news.
Yeah.
The bad news is they get a 3-second penalty. The good news is they're about 3.5 seconds ahead of second place, so it doesn't change a thing.
Yeah, like Carlos here from Fame, you know, they were like a minute behind. So we're dealing with seconds.
We're dealing with seconds
So
here. So it'll stay the same. General Hospital still wins. Paper Chase second, and Fame, Give Me a Break is, you know, honorable mention.
Yeah, I don't look at the relationship of where they finish.
Right.
I'm strictly at the rules. So
I understand,
if it doesn't affect the rules, then or the place, that's fine.
Okay, so just a minor slap on the hand for the General
That's all.
Hospital team.
Just a warning. Just a warning.
All right, thank you, Judge.
Okay.
So General Hospital gets the penalty, but the final standings are unchanged. And after 4 events, the lead is flip-flopped once more, and General Hospital now back in the lead. Fame, Give Me a Break is second. Paper Chase on the road to recovery with a bicycle race, this week's mini event. And Wortham Crimmer, the record holder, Paper Chase had another chance to move up in the standings. All wet with the running start. Wortham slipped off the pedals for a minute, and at the first turn, it looked to be Steve Bond, I believe, in first place. Carlo Imperato was running second, and Wortham Crimmer was back in third place. The second and third lap were repeats of the first, in that the order stayed the same, and by the beginning of the final lap, the only change was the distance Steve Bond had put between himself and the other 2 riders. Way out ahead, Steve Bond pushing hard on his way to a new record. Carlo and Wortham in a competition all their own for second place. Heading into the final turn, Wortham began to make his move. Steve not letting up at all. Wortham on the outside, Steve at the finish. A battle right down to the very end. They come to the finish line. Carlo a shaky second, Wortham a wobbly third. The winner cooling down. He took more than 20 seconds off the old record. Let's take a second look. Steve already finished. The race then was for second. Carlo came out ahead, though, both with times under the old record, and Bruce was there.
Way to go, Steve. And nothing to this event, huh? You just took it right from the start.
Hey, you know, we've discussed this before, Bruce, and I told you, they're going to win. They're going to know they've been in a race. I only know one way to go, and that's as hard as I can.
You certainly went real hard, especially at the end. Didn't you want to let off a little bit? Didn't you want to let off a little bit at the end?
I was. I didn't know how far I was ahead. And I don't want to underestimate Carlo, because he's very tough, and the man is always there. Hi, babe. Hey.
Congratulations. It's a good race. Huh?
Thank you.
boy.
It's tough, isn't it?
Oh, man.
I saw the way you guys took off, and I said, wait a second. Hold it. I want to see the last lap.
Really? I wanted to see it, too.
Over with.
What time was? I think the last was probably
I don't know. All right, I didn't get the time. We'll find out what it is, but it was a good run at it, guys. Both of you.
Good.
So we're past the halfway point now. General Hospital increasing its lead with that win. Fame, Give Me a Break secure in second, and the Paper Chase team just not getting any breaks. Running next, and Jackie Zeman's picked up some protection.
Okay, so let's go.
Track at UCSB, and Jackie Zeman now feels safe enough to talk about all that money at stake.
The boys have asked me to tell you about money. Right, boys?
Right.
Well, today's top team will go home with $30,000. The second place team will share $21,000, and the third place team will get $12,000. Right, boys?
Right.
Now, if a team were to be so lucky as to go all the way, they could earn as much as $165,000. And each team member would also get a new Pontiac Sunbird. Right, boys?
That's right.
Okay, so let's go.
Well, that's a pretty tough job Lou Ferrigno and the commissioner have, but with all that money and this Pontiac Sunbird, they know a good thing when they see it. Let's get back to Bruce and Pam.
All the teams up to this point have seemed to have their own area of expertise, and the scores pretty well demonstrate that. After 5 events, General Hospital is leading. Fame, Give Me a Break is in second, and Paper Chase is in third.
Well, that's all true, Pamela, but this next set of events are all running events. Now they're going to have to start using their leg muscles a lot more. And I think this will be a real test of sort of endurance versus youth versus smarts. By the way, have you seen Dick?
Yes, I have. He's down at the finish line, right on top of the situation.
Of course.
And more than once, these races have been almost too close to call. He hasn't missed a winner yet.
You know, I wouldn't want to be in Dick's position at all. I mean, it's one thing to really run a real close race, but I'm sure glad I'm not calling him. And I'll tell you what, I'm going to go see if I can get one of the runners to talk to me before the race starts.
Okay. Well, the first event is the women's 50-yard dash. Sherilyn Walter has the best time in the field, but those Fame Give Me a Break girls will be right on her heels. Bruce is with Sherilyn Walter and her teammate, Jackie Zeman.
Well, even though your team is in the lead, which it is, there's still a lot of pressure on you. Now we're going to completely different events, running events. And you, Sherilyn, are the favorite. That's a nice position to be in, isn't it?
It's, yeah.
Yes.
Yes. I like to run. She does, too.
She's fast.
This woman never tried to run fast in her life until she started training for this
Really?
event.
Yeah.
And she is just doing so amazingly well. I'm floored by her dedication.
How much training have you actually been able to do for this?
About 2 weeks.
Really?
3
And
weeks,
you've noticed a difference, huh?
Oh, yeah.
A tremendous one. You know, it's different. Everybody's doing
What tremendous potential lies inside that body.
Well, you know, a lot of people do aerobics, and I felt that because of that, it was a real good workout, but it's such different muscles. It's a completely different feeling.
Well, now you have a chance to test those different muscles in a 50-yard dash.
Yes.
Good luck to you.
Thank you.
Okay.
Well, I'd wondered if General Hospital had trained for this. It looks, at least for their team, it's been time well spent. Here's the record for this event, held by Stephanie Williams of the Young and the Restless team. Sherilyn Walter, only 0.02 of a second off that mark. Here they are. Lane 1, Marilyn Jones, 7.88 in both earlier rounds. In lane number 2, the favorite in this event, Sherilyn Walter. Over in lane 3, Telma Hopkins, and she probably will be Sherilyn's biggest competition. In lane 4, General Hospital's Bobby Spencer, Jackie Zeman. In lane 5, Lori Hendler. She's come in third in both of her earlier rounds. And over in lane number 6, Patty Davis.
Now, Barry, keep your eyes on lanes 2 and 3. Between Sherilyn and Telma, this could be a very fast time.
You're right, Bruce, except this is Telma's first event, whereas everyone else has been warmed up already. She's fast, though. Gun is up. And underway, it's a false start. A false start that apparently nobody hears, and they are just running this one for all it's worth. That was Jessie Borrego jumping out on the track, but this will all be for naught. We're going to do this all over again. And Telma Hopkins comes out limping.
My thigh. Oh. Did they shoot more than once?
Yeah, they shot like 4 or 5 times. It was false start. I told you.
I don't know. I just got a cramp in it or something.
I didn't hear the guns.
Shot it 3 times.
What happened?
The false start.
Who false started?
Well, that's a good question. The officials are saying it was Telma. Let's take a look and see if we can tell. From this angle, it looks like she just anticipated the gun and actually got the best start. But as a result of the call, the race will have to be rerun after the men's sprint. Let's get back to the action. Now, Telma, obviously in pain, does not appear as if she'll be doing any more running today. The men's sprint is next, and Pamela's with Jesse and Billy.
The Fame Give Me a Break team is in second place, and you really need the points. Now, obviously, you're not going to be able to run today, so what is going to be the plan for your team?
Well, I had the fastest time last week, but the second fastest time was my boy Jesse here. So he's going to win it this time. Or Carlo, they're going to come in first and second. I'm guaranteeing that.
All right, Jesse, you think you can carry the flag for the team?
Yeah. Yeah, that's simple.
All right, good. All right, good luck.
All right. See you at the finish line.
Well, they might be hard-pressed against the General Hospital men. The record here held by Phil Morris, another Young and Restless team member, 5.69. Here are the introductions. Lane 1, Wortham Crimmer. He has had a second in this event. In lane number 2, Brian Patrick Clark. He's had a second and a third before this. Running over in lane 3, one of the favorites in this one, Jessie Borrego. In lane 4, another of the favorites, Steve Bond.
From General Hospital, Steve Bond.
Over in lane number 5, Carlo Imperato, and this is the first time that he has been in the sprints. And in lane 6, taking a third in both his earlier rounds, Peter Nelson.
Well, I think the race is going to be between Steve Bond and Jessie Borrego. Now, running against each other, we've seen in the earlier rounds, it has been really a test of each other's abilities.
I remember the relay in the first round. That was one of the best races in this competition. Lanes 3 and 4, there's the gun. Jessie Borrego gets off very well. It's going to be Jessie Borrego, an easy winner. Brian Patrick Clark was there for second, and Steve Bond picked up third place, but a most impressive win for Jessie Borrego. Billy Huff sees man doing it. Jesse was out of the blocks first. There was no question about it, and he just never looked back. Here's another look. A great start, and that was really all she wrote. Brian Patrick Clark coming up fast from his football days to finish second. And here are the results. Fame Give Me a Break first, General Hospital second and third, and another injury on the Fame Give Me a Break team. Carlo Imperato, a muscle pull in the calf. The trainer and the doctor are with him. He is in obvious pain, possibly out for the rest of the day. Bruce has gone over to talk with Jesse Borrego, the winner.
Good run, Jess. Good run. Very nice. Yeah, you got a great start.
The start line, please.
Just came out, never saw the guy again. Huh? You never saw the rest of the team.
Anticipate, so I did. I took a chance that I was going to get a false start.
Yeah, you got it. Congratulations, Bill.
Don't anticipate.
Yeah, this team's coming through.
That's right. Get him in a 440 now, right, Jen?
All right. Good luck to you guys.
All right. All right.
So with 3 events to go, the scores stack up like this. General Hospital still in the lead. Fame Give Me a Break is second. And for the paper chase, time is running out. But for the Fame Give Me a Break team, personnel is running out. Carlo being taken off the track, no telling if he'll be back. And Talma is out for the rest of the day. Other than the track, no telling if he'll be back. And Talma is out for the rest of the day.
Other than the fact that I missed the fact that the race had stopped, I was concentrating so hard on the finish line that I don't even know. I noticed it near the finish line that my thigh was hurting, but I just assumed it was a cramp. And it wasn't until I tried to slow down that I was having difficulty putting it down. And so I really don't know. They were asking me if it popped or if I felt something snap. I don't remember anything.
So Talma's out, and Laura Jill Miller is in for the women's sprint. The rest of the ladies are rested and have moved to the starting blocks. The officials are ready, so let's us go to the starting line. And we are set to rerun this race. False start a moment ago. Talma Hopkins, of course, is out. Good start this time. Sherilyn Walter taking a very quick lead. And Sherilyn Walter is just running away from everybody. It's going to be Sherilyn Walter who's going to win it. Laurie Hendler got there for second, and Jackie Zeman was third. But a most impressive and a most easy victory for Sherilyn Walter. Let's take another look. Sherilyn wins it easily. Hendler second, Zeman third. Here, then, are the results. Pamela is with Sherilyn and Jackie right now. Pamela?
Fabulous. How did it feel? It felt it was real fun. I liked it. I didn't see any elbows right by me, so I liked it.
You're getting used to it.
I'm really sorry about Talma. I hope she's okay. She should have been with us. I feel real bad about her leg. Do you know about it? Is it cramp? I hope it's cramp.
Probably a cramp. There's a lot of those out here today.
Yeah. Yeah.
Congratulations.
Thank you very much.
So the spirits are high on the General Hospital team as a place in the final starting to look definite. Fame Give Me a Break, no problem with second, but the question is, will they get enough? The running relay is next. A quick look at the scores, and all 3 teams could use this one. Here's Bruce and the commissioner.
You're so official today, Dick.
Well, these guys are tough out here. You know, they don't let anything go by. I think it's because of the amount of money that's at stake, so I just have to make sure nothing goes wrong.
Well, Pamela and I were just discussing that. You know, I think these guys have really crossed the line between athlete and actor. And it's good to know that you're down there calling the shots.
Well, all right, the running relay is about to get underway. The General Hospital would seem to be the favorite here, but the paper chase team might do some digging and earn some big points.
Right.
And if the paper chase team isn't enough of a problem, the Fame Give Me a Break team isn't a slouch either.
I thought you were an official, not an expert commentator.
I don't know. I'm glad I spit that all out. I just hope I don't get any more problems with the starts. Let's get underway.
Okay, well, I know what you're talking about, this General Hospital team. They won in both the first and second round. And remember that great race between Steve Bond and Jesse Borrego? Pamela Sue is at the starting line with a very psyched up Steve Bond.
Steve, you're up against Jesse Borrego again. How do you feel about that?
Well, I feel pretty good. Last time, we had a pretty good race of it. And they're injured this time, so I don't know. But I always enjoy competition. And if it can come on me again,
all right.
Best power to them.
How about you? What kind of shape do you feel in after the sprints?
I feel stronger than ever.
All right. Well, this is one race we want to see. I'll get started.
I'll be there.
Okay, General Hospital holds the record in this event with a time of 1:56.39. First of all, in lane number 1, it'll be Laurie Hendler. Sherilyn Walter will be in the middle. Marilyn Jones on the outside.
Sherilyn Walter in the middle is the one to watch in this race. She's very quick. She showed that in the 50. Now it's 110 yards for this first leg for the General Hospital team.
And she has about 10 yards right now on Marilyn Jones, running very smoothly. Sherilyn Walder, the winner of the women's sprint, handing off first to Jackie Zeman. Marilyn Jones now makes the handoff to Patty Davis, and Laura Jo Miller takes the baton from Laurie Handler.
Jackie was given a big lead, and she is holding that lead. Patty Davis on the outside trying to make a move on her, but there's no way she can catch up to her.
We come to the second exchange. Brian Patrick Clark starts the 220. Peter Nelson off for paper chase, and Carlo Imperato running very well, considering the fact he had a muscle pull, remember. Peter Nelson now starts to make his move.
Brian Patrick Clark, we saw him in the last race a few shows ago. He started to die a little bit at the end of the 220.
And Carlo starts to struggle just a little bit there. We come to the pass now for the 440, and that's Steve Bond taking the baton first. Wortham Primer off for paper chase. Jesse Borrego on his way for Fame Gimme a Break.
Steve has showed us in past shows that he is very strong, very determined, and tough to beat. He's got a nice lead right now. If he runs this first part of the race nice, easy, and relaxed, and save something for the finish, he's got a chance to win it. Wortham Primer is looking right at him, trying to make up some ground.
Wortham Primer really loves this distance. He's done well at this distance in the past. Jesse Borrego likewise. Steve, though, with a very sizable lead. Steve now starts to pick up the pace. Primer unable to really gain any ground, and Borrego just seems to be relaxing and committing himself to the fact that he is going to finish third. And there is Steve Bond starting to put it on around the final turn.
I don't think Wortham Primer's going to be able to catch him, but can Jesse Borrego catch Wortham Primer?
He's starting to come on him. Primer backing up, and Borrego coming on. Steve Bond will win it. The race is for second. It's going to be Wortham Primer holding on for second. Jesse Borrego will take third. A good race for Wortham, holding on to second place in the midst of some very tough competition. And Steve Bond for it all the way with a new Star Games record for General Hospital, 54:43. And we'll take another look. This race was over for the most part after the first leg. Sherilyn Walder gave her teammates about a 10-yard lead, and after that, nobody looked back. Bruce is with the winner.
Nice. Let's get the rest of the General Hospital team in here. Get all the ladies. They certainly did your job. You did your job. Very nice. Okay. Congratulations on the race, and also congratulations on you sewed the whole thing up. You guys just took first place right now. You're in the finals. You're in the finals. Who knows? You all may be driving off in new cars. We'll see. But really, a nice, great performance all day long. Very consistent. You guys are in there.
So General Hospital will go on to the final. Paper Chase is out of it, but can Fame Gimme a Break score enough second-place points to qualify for those finals? We'll have that answer after this. The Apache Relay is all that stands between Fame Gimme a Break and the finals, and here's Bruce.
It has been a long day of competition here at Star Games, and it has come down to this, the final event, the Apache Relay. Now, this is the overall situation. General Hospital is going to make it into the finals, along with, from the other preliminary show, Falcon Crest. All right, but the best second-place team will also make it into the finals. Now, in the other preliminary show, Days of Our Lives had 535 points. Now, for Fame to make it into the finals, they're going to have more points than that. That means they are going to have to win the Apache Relay. It has come down to this, the Apache Relay, the final event. It's an obstacle course, running over that bar. You do some calisthenics, you go down a little farther through the bike slalom, and then it's a sprint to the finish. It has come down to this for Fame. They've got to do it here.
Billy Huffsey is going to do the push-ups and the sit-ups. Lara is going to run the tires. I am going to ride the bike, and Laura's she's going to book down for the 50. And, you know, hopefully I'll give her a big enough lead where we won't have nothing to worry about. And Billy will pump off those push-ups and sit-ups faster than anybody here. That's a definite. So Billy will give me a lead, I'll give her a lead, and then we should have it. Hopefully.
In the Apache Relay, one of the things that the athletes have to do, and that is a push-up. They have to do 10 sit-ups, and they turn over and do 10 push-ups. Now, to help us out with push-ups, who better to get it than a man that can do some push-ups, Lou Ferrigno. All right, Lou, now, what do they have to actually do to make it a legal push-up?
Well, the important thing is you want to take a grip slightly wider than shoulder width.
Right.
And when you come down, have your chest just barely touch the floor. When it touches the floor, you come back up. It's like a rhythm.
All right, let's see one.
Like this, watch. Take a grip like this. You keep your back leg straight. And then you come down. As soon as you touch your chest to the floor, push up. Like 2, 3, 4, 5. Like a springing effect.
All right. Well, you certainly don't have any trouble with that.
I could do about 150, 200.
Can you really? At one time?
Yes.
Really?
How about yourself?
I'm impressed with that. No,
You
no,
should
no,
do
I'm retired. I should be able to do 400, but I don't. But actually, probably one of the best exercises you can do is a push-up, really, for just upper body strength that you can do just about anywhere and get a good
Well,
workout in.
sure, especially for children who cannot weight train. You see, you cannot weight train before 13. But calisthenics like push-up and sit-ups would be ideal.
Yeah, absolutely perfect. Well, good. Thanks for your help.
Thank you so much, Bruce.
Well, the story's pretty clear. If Fame Gimme a Break wins, they're in the finals. If they don't, they aren't. Pretty simple. That's Marilyn Jones farthest away. Laura Jill Miller in the middle. Shelley Taylor Morgan closest to the camera. They're underway. Very even so far. Laura Jill Miller in a slight lead off the beam. Into the tires now. And we'll get to the exchange first. Who will it be? Wortham Kremer and Steve Bond working away now on the sit-up portion of the calisthenic part. This is another highly competitive event.
That's Billy Huffsey and Steve Bond going head-to-head in push-ups. And Billy Huffsey hands off to Carlo Imperato first.
And Imperato will try to give his team the momentum to get them into the finals. Carlo Imperato right now riding very well on the obstacle course. Oh, wait a minute. I don't know if this bike made it in time. He might have crossed the line. Lori Hendler is going to win the race for her team, but we may have a potential problem. That's Billy Huffsey checking it out. There may have been a problem. Let's take another look. The rules state the bicycle at no time can cross over the lane lines, but getting off the bike, Carlo could not stop it. Let's see what the commissioner has to say about it.
When a guy tells you how to do the game, you do it that way.
It was clearly said before the race, if any part of the bike goes beyond any of the white lines.
Okay, so the thing we got to find out now is how much we beat them by. Take away 3 seconds. That's the whole thing. Now
It changes the outcome of this race.
so we're in second place. And we're out?
Yeah.
That's it? Very much, sir.
Whoa, jeez, man. See what I'm saying? At the start of this, everything was so easy, right? Then when it comes to the big dig. What's the old saying there? Never work on Fame now.
Well, that pretty well sums it up. Fame Gimme a Break falls 10 points short of Days of Our Lives in qualifying for the final. The General Hospital will be there.